Welcome to MTN Outdoors.
Hi there. Welcome to this week's episode of MTN Outdoors. I'm John Riley, your guide for this episode, where we'll have hunting, mining, and even death. See, I love stories told around the campfire, especially the scary ones. Now, imagine, if you will, an event where Montanans and other drivers all across the area completely forget how to drive, and it happens all at once. That's right. With a prick of my thumbs, something wintry this way comes. But seriously, winter weather is here, and please stay safe out there. Me, personally, I've always enjoyed it to be just a little bit cooler for hunting season. And speaking of hunting season, Governor Greg Gianforte recently celebrated groups who are working together to increase public access and hunting opportunities in the state. MTN's Jonathan Ambarian reports.
Montana's just kicked off its general deer and elk hunting season. Governor Greg Gianforte came out here to Lake Helena to talk about some of the cooperation that went on in the last legislative session on issues of public access and activities like hunting.
I've always said, and I believe it truly, that as Montanans we have much more in common than separates us. And that's what this group did. They set aside the differences and focused on the things they agree on.
Gianforte presented an award to recognize groups like the Montana Outfitters and Guides Association, Montana Citizens Elk Management Coalition, and the Private Land Public Wildlife Advisory Committee for working together to advance a package of bills that many different stakeholders could accept.
Many folks with differing needs said yes to setting aside some of the divisiveness of the past that you can all think about and choosing to cooperate to flesh out solutions to make improvements.
The bills that passed this session included Senate Bill 58, which allowed landowners to receive larger payments for opening their land to hunters through the state block management program, and House Bill 438, which removed application fees for landowners who sign agreements to let people cross their property to get to hard-to-reach public lands. Leaders said they hope these can be an example in how Montana tackles issues like this.
Through the years, bringing people together and getting them to talk about things and work things out, we've come out with some very good solutions, and it's going to get a lot better.
Gianforte also continued to talk about the importance of active forest management and about an agreement by the legislature that will put more funding toward actively managing more acres. At Lake Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
With the general rifle season set to kick off tomorrow, today was cause for celebration for hunters like Evan Truella, who say that hunter safety taught in school is basically a rite of passage for many in the Treasure State.
Yeah, hunting has been a part of Montana's culture ever since this state was founded. Even before, there's hunters all around.
Evan Truella is a born and raised Montanan that lives and breathes hunting. He learned the ins and outs in school hunter safety class when he was 12.
Kids like me have been going hunting their whole lives with their family, and they haven't got to hunt, but once you go to Hunter's End, you do it, you get your first chance to go hunt for your first time.
It's a rite of passage he's glad other kids will get to go through. President Biden recently reversed course on a decision to cut federal funding for school hunter safety. Montana Senator Jon Tester was instrumental in the change.
If we're going to preserve not only the Second Amendment, but hunting and the ability to have people know what a gun is and how to use it and how to use it safely and not hurt people or themselves with it, this hunter education stuff is critically important.
Truella and Tester are just a few outdoor advocates passionate about the program.
We don't just hunt as a pastime, we hunt because it's our passion. It's who we are as a people, it's in our culture, it's ingrained into us. We do it for all kinds of reasons. It's not just sport, it's for food, it's for our heritage, it's who we are.
A part of the pastime that some may have never gotten to experience.
If they're finding out about it at school, and all their friends are doing it, they're going to get involved, and that's part of what we want. We want to see hunters carrying this tradition on.
Hunters like Truella, who on the eve of general rifle season is geared up for an elk hunt Saturday, and is thankful for what he's learned from hunter safety, and thankful others will continue to have it accessible as well.
It's a feeling you don't ever get from anything else, and hunting is not really about actually shooting the animal. It's more about the stalking part and the preservation of the animal, I should say, and how you take care of that animal. It teaches you a sign of respect and what to do and what not to do.
In Billings, Phil Van Pelt, MTN News.
Well, it's that time of the year again where the city combs through Helena on a 6-day venture to get a better understanding on the deer population within city limits.
Is there a couple down there, or is it just these two?
I just see two right now.
For 6 nights from 9 p.m. till 2 a.m., Sean McCarthy and Roy Tannehill ride around on a predetermined route, recording deer populations for the deer survey.
So the deer survey, by doing the count, it has several benefits. One, the biggest one obviously, is it allows us to get a determination of how many deer we have per square mile in the city.
By recording the number of deer they saw, Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Park biologists then use that data to get an idea of how many deer live in city limits and how to manage that population.
Finding a way to live together is kind of the goal with this. And if we can kind of keep them fearful so that they don't get too used to our presence, that's another one of those things that we're hoping to achieve with doing the deer culling as well as our year-round management.
When that number is too high within an urban population, it could cause a multitude of issues for the people and the deer.
When we get a call for service to injured deer or a deer that's been struck by a vehicle, I would say 90% of those calls come in on the west side of town.
Oversized deer population can also cause issues like property damage and diseases such as chronic wasting disease. But McCarthy believes that the deer population is becoming more manageable again, seeing less numbers this year than years past.
Our highest number in one night was 95 deer. I think our lowest was 51 deer. Again, that's pretty significantly lower. Last year we were over 100 almost every night going one direction, and in that 80 to 90 going the other direction. So pretty significant change there.
According to McCarthy, this year's number of average deer found per night were about 20 to 30 less compared than last year.
That 20 to 30 deer less per night is positive to us, showing that the program is taking effect. Even the stuff that we've tried to do outside the deer culling program, monitoring and managing these deer, besides just culling them, I believe is taking effect.
In Helena, Ryan Berg, MTN News.
Coming up after the break, we'll have more about mining and how it's still impacting the environment of Montana. But first, here's some trivia. Most hunters have tales that they share around the fire about the big one, or the big one that got away, in my experience. But do you know what was the largest elk ever tagged in Montana? That answer coming up after the break.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
So, do you know how big the largest elk tagged in Montana were? Both taken in 2016, the largest typical elk measured 430 inches and was tagged by Steve Felix. The largest non-typical elk was 431 inches and was bagged by Garth Sessions.
All right, back to our scary stories. Do you know that there's some places in Montana where the streams run red? Mind you, it's nothing supernatural, it's just the consequences of past mining practices. MTN's Geneva Zoltek spoke with U.S. Forest Service officials about how to safely recreate around Montana's old mines.
This right here is a remnant of Montana's history. It's a boiler, and it was used back in the day when mining was ongoing in the Little Belt Mountains. Now, today it's just an example of the kind of thing you might come across when recreating in Montana's wilderness.
This is the Dry Fork Corridor in the Helena, Lewis and Clark National Forest. The stunning scenery above ground is an indication of what's below.
The geology here dictated that there were a lot of different ore bodies here. In this area, predominantly silver and lead. So because of that, there were a lot of different mining companies that operated here in the past and, left their mark on the land.
Old machinery and gated off entrances are clear indications that an abandoned mine is nearby. But a pile of tailings or a copper-colored creek might be less obvious to the untrained eye.
Galena Creek, which is just up here, flows red because of acid mine drainage or mine-influenced water.
And some evidence of mining impacts can only be measured with sophisticated technology.
Because of the pandemic, we saw an exponential increase in recreational use here. And in 2020, we went around to a lot of the different dispersed sites throughout the drainage where people are camping and took a portable, what they call an X-ray fractometer, an XRF, and measured metals levels in the soils at these camping areas. and found that there were areas that we had people camping on areas with elevated metals.
Health impacts from abandoned mines still pose a risk to human and environmental health. According to the EPA, soil, sediment, groundwater, and surface water near the Barker-Hughesville mining area has been contaminated with arsenic and metals such as copper, zinc, cadmium, and lead. Chemicals were once used to refine the precious metals found underground, and over time, flooding or rain events can transmit leftover contaminants down the watershed.
That's what we're seeing down here is the fluvial tailings that have come down the drainage through flooding events.
As the EPA facilitates remediation on this Superfund site, the Forest Service is taking measures to protect those hiking and camping in the area.
Set up vault toilets, to set up fire rings, and to pull people out of areas that we know had impacts and try and encourage them to go to areas that we know were clean outside the floodplain.
Newly installed kiosks outline safety measures like bringing your own filtered water, washing your hands before you eat to avoid ingesting any dust or soil, and staying on trail.
So it remains ever important to recreate safely because Montana's present, well, it is still very much connected to Montana's mining past. Reporting in the Helena, Lewis, and Clark National Forest, Geneva Zoltek, MTN News.
We're facing the Mission Range, and most people in western Montana know the Mission Range from where it starts and how it goes all the way up along Flathead Lake. The massive mining they're doing in Elk River is similar to taking this whole range down.
Peaks like the Mission Mountains were blasted off in British Columbia's Elk Valley to make 5 open pit mines. Teck Resources Limited operates these mines, which the CSKT says is polluting water downstream in Montana, including Lake Koocanusa. Chairman of the Confederated Salish and Kootenai Tribes, Tom McDonald, says President Biden and Prime Minister Trudeau broke their promise to work with the transboundary tribes to address the pollution before the end of summer.
The day before the deadline ended, that's when Global Affairs came up with this ridiculous solution that we'll do something that was International Joint Commission-like. And by the way, we're really not going to include you.
McDonald details that the tribes have to urge Canada more than the U.S. to assess the pollution and to listen to Indigenous voices on mitigation solutions.
If you're communicating, you're being respectful, being inclusive, why wouldn't you listen to the concerned parties, the stakeholders?
Now the focus shifts to the future, and the questions are what's next and what's needed.
We need to meet together, all of our governments. Let's get a plan together. We've already made a great proposal. And let's get together and let's put the action plan to set that forward.
Global Affairs Canada acknowledged that they are behind on this issue. The Tunaha Nation is seeking a meeting with the U.S. and Canada in November. In Pablo, Emily Brown, MTN News.
At this popular Cody Trail, you can see the sign, Grizzly Bear Tracks spotted on October 13th, but area residents tell me that won't stop them from going on one of their favorite daily walks. They'll just be extra alert and take precautions in case of any stray bears.
Does it surprise me? No, nothing surprises me about bears anymore.
With views of the Shoshone River and Rattlesnake Mountain, Paul's Dock Trail is a favorite for Cody residents and their dogs.
It's close to home. Good for her. She can run.
Sandy Kirschner walks it regularly, but the only sign of bears she's seen is posted at the entrance.
I feel pretty safe. 10.5 years, I haven't seen one, and I've walked the dog there a lot.
Another trail walker, Dennis Boudry, has lived in the neighborhood for 30 years and once spotted a black bear across the river.
Over the years, there's been, a bear here and there. We always carry bear spray down there when we walk. And nobody's ever been attacked yet.
Yet, that's the key word for Wyoming Fish and Game. They want to keep it that way after an adult male grizzly was spotted here over the weekend.
Around Cody, the river corridors are going to be spots where bears are traveling either through or hunkering down in this particular case with this bear. He had Russian olives that he was eating. We see that virtually every fall, though not always a grizzly coming right down through city limits.
Game and Fish large carnivore biologist Phil Quick says the adult male grizzly came to the area from Rattlesnake Mountain in the Trail Creek drainage area, and Game and Fish successfully hazed the bear back into that area Saturday.
We're going to continue to monitor closely. We'll have game cameras set up in all the thickets where the bear was feeding, and we'll let the public know if we encounter the bear or find out if its presence is there again.
A grizzly close to town won't slow down these walkers hitting the trail, but they will take precautions.
Maybe occasionally we'll have to change our direction or trails, but right now we're doing okay.
In Cody, Jackie Coffin, MTN News.
Coming up after the break, scientists and students are studying the impacts to a ponderosa forest in Montana. And we talk about death.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
Death happens to us all, but not everybody's planning for that. And for many of our farming and ranching families, it's something that is probably taken care of sooner rather than later. MTN's Cade Mentor spoke with an expert about the matter, about what people can do to protect their family property.
Many of us have heard horror stories when it comes to estate planning, and many of us have dealt with the actual stress when it comes to what they are going to do with their assets, as well as what their family situation is going to be. Now, while estate planning is different for every family, it's one that doesn't just happen overnight. Attorney Keith Tokert says based on his experience when dealing with estate planning, there's one thing that clients tend to oversee, and that is family disputes.
Raises its ugly head in just the families that you least expect it to. So I think it really needs to be something that we look at to make sure we're going to minimize the chance of problems. Particularly in farm and ranch, we have one farm and ranch in the family, and we have 4 or 5 different kids, and all of them have an emotional attachment to it. It's just could be a source of a lot of issues if we don't really work around that.
Over the course of time, the process of estate planning has changed. This is something that Tokert says he's realized when dealing with clients.
So now, at least in our office, we take the time to really get to know the family, find out the issues, understand what's going on economically with the farm. For instance, is this really a viable operation? We've got 2 boys on the farm. Is it going to really work out for them and their families both to stay on the farm? So we're going to get way more into the details of the situation so that we, again, minimize the chance of disputes, but maximize the chance the farm will stay in the family.
Another concern is the generational aspect. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, 96% of U.S. farms are family farms. The average age of farm producers grew from 56.3 to 57.5 years from 2012 to 2017.
That's a big thing. You have 2 or 3 kids, and especially in the farm and ranch area, we look at how to plan accordingly, how to have the conversation and show the right intention and make the right decisions moving forward for the future of the operation.
Over the last several years, Jared and Keith have traveled to various parts of the Treasure State to speak with farmers and ranchers of diverse backgrounds, one that they say has become a topic of conversation as the years progress.
How things are going to work out in the interim when mom and dad are still here. Of course, they still need to be taken care of. And then how are we going to transition it to the next generation?
Now, there will be 2 sessions hosted that will teach you how to better prepare for the future of your farm and ranch, as well as to ensure that smooth transition for the future of your kids. We will have the link to those sessions posted on our website. In Great Falls, Cade Mentor, MTN News.
We want ponderosa in the valley. We want to protect what we have.
It's an important species for our landscape and for our communities, and the majority of our ponderosa pines are just majestic trees. They're large, they're beautiful, and they're a very important part to the ecosystems that they reside in.
Due to recent weather events, disease, and a spike in insect infestation, ponderosa pine tree population is declining in the Flathead Valley.
It's super hard to deal with. There's not a lot of answers, and a lot of money is going into it. So I guess getting an understanding on that is the first step in finding a solution, I guess.
Students at Flathead Valley Community College have been concerned about the health of the ponderosa pine tree population in the valley, and they are calling on citizen scientists to help collect data to understand what exactly is going on with these trees.
So citizen science is an effort to try to crowdsource data collection. You know, if you just depend on scientists to collect data, you're limited in terms of how much data you can collect, and you're also very limited in what areas you can access. So generally speaking, if you turn a bunch of citizens loose on it, they're passionate about it to begin with, and they'll collect data that you otherwise can't actually collect yourself.
On Wednesday, students taught a group of volunteer citizen scientists how to identify ponderosa pines, the western pine beetle, and how to identify affected diseased trees. They will take the info collected by citizens, uploaded to an app the students created, to log the health of the ponderosas.
I'm looking forward to contributing to the citizen science effort. I think it's citizens' responsibility to get out there and help their community, and this is an exciting way to do it because then we get to be out in the forest and looking at trees.
Working alongside the Flathead Lake Biological Station, FVCC students hope this project will help them understand pine decline, an individual tree and forest characteristics that may influence resiliency that may help save the ponderosa pines.
All the data that everyone is helping us collect is going to be super beneficial to helping the ponderosa in the valley and get a grip on what's going on and understanding.
Anyone can help map ponderosa pines in the Flathead area. Visit our website to learn more on how you can become a citizen scientist. In Kalispell, Kiana Wilson, MTN News.
All right, well, that's going to just about wrap things up for this episode, but first it's time for the brag board.
First up, we have this submission from Vito Ottinelli with a nice size pronghorn he got this year. Vito is an officer with the Helena Police Department and a member of the Montana National Guard. It looks like a great speed goat to me, although I know antelope meat can be, well, let's say interesting depending on what they've been eating. Good news though, it appears this one may have been eating alfalfa. Check out this bull from former Grizzly defensive end Ryan Featherston, which he got with a bow in late September. I can't blame Ryan for keeping his hunting grounds a secret given the size of that elk. And out of Idaho, congratulations to Mike Hosking of Lewiston for setting the new Gem State record for coho salmon. Hosking caught the record-setting silver salmon on October 13th of this month. Hosking's catch measured 32.68 inches in length and weighed 11.78 pounds. The Montana record for coho salmon was set in 1973 by Irvin F. Stoll. That Montana record will likely stand, given coho salmon are considered an exotic controlled species in the state.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our spine-tingling episode of MTN Outdoors, or at least you found it a little humorous. Anyway, I got a bone to pick with my producer, but until next time, have a good one, and I'll catch you out there.